The world knew Josephine Baker as a sensation. The dancer, the singer, the woman who lit up Paris with feathers, music, and scandal. But what most people never knew was that while the spotlight followed her every move, she was quietly fighting a different war, one where a single mistake meant death. Because during World War II, Josephine Baker wasn't just entertaining Europe, she was spying on the Nazis. And her weapon wasn't a gun, it was fame. Josephine Baker was born in 1906 in St. Louis, Missouri, into poverty so deep it shaped every part of her life. She experienced hunger, fear, and racial violence before she was even a teenager. Opportunity didn't come easily. She danced in the streets, she performed wherever someone would watch. But Josephine had something rare: fearlessness. By the 1920s, she left America for France, and everything changed. Paris embraced her in ways America never did. On stage, she became electric. Off stage, she became free. By the time the 1930s arrived, Josephine Baker was one of the most famous women in the world. She performed for royalty. She moved through elite circles. She was untouchable. Or so it seemed. In 1939, Europe held its breath. Nazi Germany was expanding. War was no longer a possibility, it was inevitable. Josephine could have left. She could have returned to America, safely beyond the reach of Hitler's war machine. She didn't. France had given her dignity, freedom, and belonging. When it was threatened, she made a decision that would change her life forever. Josephine Baker volunteered. Through contacts in high society, she was introduced to French military intelligence. They didn't see a performer, they saw access. Because when diplomats, officers, and collaborators gathered, Josephine Baker was already in the room. At Josephine's parties, people relaxed. They drank, they laughed, they talked too much. German officers, Italian diplomats, Vichy collaborators. They never suspected the woman dazzling them on stage or pouring their drinks was memorizing every word. Josephine didn't interrogate anyone. She didn't need to. People reveal secrets when they believe they're safe, and Josephine Baker was the last person anyone suspected. She listened, she remembered, she smiled, and then she turned gossip into intelligence. Here's where the story becomes almost unbelievable. Josephine Baker traveled constantly, performing across Europe and North Africa. Border guards searched luggage, officials questioned travelers, but no one questioned sheet music. Josephine began carrying intelligence written in invisible ink right on her music pages. To the naked eye, it looked like harmless notes and lyrics, but hidden between the lines were names, troop movements, airfield locations. She crossed borders carrying secrets that could shift battles, and guards waved her through, asking for autographs. The danger was constant. If discovered, she wouldn't be arrested, she wouldn't be imprisoned, she would be executed. On some trips, when officials searched her belongings, Josephine used illness as a shield, lying still, weak, untouchable. No one wanted to examine too closely. Every journey was a gamble. Every performance doubled as a mission. Behind elegance and applause was pure nerve. Josephine didn't stop at espionage. She opened her chateau to those running out of places to hide. Jewish refugees, resistance members, people hunted simply for existing. They slept under her roof while the war raged outside. This wasn't coded ink or whispered secrets anymore. This was direct defiance. If discovered, everyone inside would be killed. She never hesitated.
The strain eventually caught up to her. Josephine fell seriously ill during the war, so weak she nearly died. Even then, she refused to disappear. She traveled to North Africa and performed for Allied troops, not for applause, but for morale. In a war built on fear, she reminded soldiers what they were fighting for. Music became medicine. Hope became strategy.
When the war ended and France was liberated, the truth emerged. Josephine Baker had been a decorated intelligence agent. She was awarded the Croix de Guerre. She received the Legion of Honor. The world was stunned. The entertainer they adored had been risking her life the entire time, silently, deliberately, without recognition. She never bragged. She never capitalized on it. Others told her story for her. Josephine Baker proved something extraordinary, that heroism doesn't always wear a uniform, that intelligence doesn't always come from force, that courage can hide behind music, laughter, and light. On the stage, she dazzled the world, but in the shadows of war, she helped save it. And for decades, no one ever suspected a thing.